Hi, this is Martin, and I would like to just give some thoughts on a performer, Harry Chapin, who has had quite an impact not only in the musical world, but also on the big world beyond. I totally acknowledge that there are thousands of people that know a lot more about Harry Chapin than I do, and there have been books written about him and documentaries as well. But just some thoughts. Harry lived a short life. His impact was great, but his lifespan was rather quick. He was born in 1942 and died at the age of 38 in 1981. What is amazing and significant is that Harry Chapin and his family of performers still have fan clubs that exist close to 45 years after his passing. He was a different kind of performer and person. His approach to songs and his compositions were from his personal experience. He came of age during the period of a number of big star rock and roll performers who essentially dominated the musical stage. They include the Bee Gees, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, Eagles, Elton John, Fleetwood Mac, Queen, and Pink Floyd. His music was more story-inspired and probably a little out of touch with the mainstream. Because of this, he often received reviews that were not favorable compared to the big sounds of the day. He stood out in his own way and easily grasped the audiences into his world. Some of his big hits were Cats in the Cradle, Taxi, WOLD, Mr. Tanner, Circle, and Story of Life. He was probably foremost a songwriter. He would take in what was inside him or around him and turn it out into beautiful stories that are memorable for all of his listeners. I never had the opportunity of attending one of his concerts, but those who have all have the same takeaway. He sang songs, told stories in between the songs, and essentially had a love affair between himself, his fellow band members, and the people attending the concert. In the true essence of the word, he was a generous giver to all. Before becoming a performer, Harry was a documentary film writer, so that may have been a part of his ability to communicate so effectively through song and songwriting. Harry Chapin, however, was also known for his humanitarian efforts that go on in his name to this day. An important goal in his life was to end hunger. He started a nonprofit entitled Why Hunger, and there was also the Harry Chapin Foundation. He had no hesitation to do as many benefit concerts as possible, where he would get little to no compensation. Famously, he coined his approach as, when in doubt, do something. He was recognized by President Jimmy Carter for all of his humanitarian endeavors. A notable tribute to Harry is that he is remembered for his giveback to humanity. I think there are very few performers that we can say they also did this or that for other people. That was a core virtue of Harry. Too much of what we see is the importance of gaining wealth or notoriety, or their antics on stage or off. He was always on the go, which may have led to one of his biggest hits. His wife, Sandy Chapin, wrote a poem entitled Cats in the Cradle, which was actually based on a relationship her first husband had with his dad, who always put work before his family. Sandy gave Harry the poem, and it was developed into a big hit song. People also relate to his song Taxi, that was released in 1972. It is about a taxi driver in San Francisco who, while about to end his night shift, picks up an old flame from the past. The story is about she wanted to be an actress, and he wanted to fly a plane, but neither one reached their dreams. She is now a housewife, and he drives a taxi. A heartfelt story about meeting later and knowing it didn't work out for them as a couple. As a few of you may know, Harry wrote another song based on my performances at Carnegie Recital Hall, not the main hall, and Town Hall in New York City. While the reviews were not so favorable, Harry had saved them with the intention of writing a song based on the reviews. His wife, Sandy, told me that he kept them for quite a period of time. It turned out to be one of his memorable hits, Mr. Tanner. The song's lyrics are beloved by his fans and audiences because of the message of never giving up on your dreams. I did not become aware of my connection to the song until a number of years ago and had the opportunity of singing a vocal part of the song with the Harry Chapin Family Concert in Fairfield, Connecticut. Quite a guy. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and farewell until the next time.